Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. I'm Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank y'all so much for pulling up and clicking the play button. Hopefully, you hit that like button as well. That's the only price of admission for our live streams. AD, thank you for always being one of the first people to pull up. I love that, man. All of my blues, y'all are special. I'm not trying to put anybody over anybody. So just to put that out there. But I do want to just acknowledge the fact that D was here, and I pray that you're feeling well. And shout out to Katarina as well. She reached out to me, let me know that she received her inauguration coin that I sent out. I still only have one, and I plan on getting a couple more, guys. So if I get some more, I'm gonna send them out to some of the other people that the runner-ups from the emails that y'all reached out to me for. But a lot has been going on. RFK Jr. is under fire. He's in his hearing. Well, he was just now in his hearing earlier today. He's under fire, and a lot of people are putting out hit pieces already against this guy. Shout out to CNN for doing their job. So sneaky, conniving bastards. Also, Sonny Hostin calls Trump's deportation strategies racist. I'm sure y'all are not surprised by that. Tiffany Henyard, she is also in the news right now because a big brawl broke out at one of her town halls where an activist called her out. We're going to cover that too. And some morbidly, I think I'm saying that right, morbidly obese rapper by the name of Dank Moss, a young black lady. I think she's a little cutie pie, but she is huge. She is huge. Not that there's anything wrong with being huge. I mean, because some of y'all big. I'm a skinny guy, so I'm trying my best not to talk about big people too much because I don't understand your pain. But she is in the news as well because she is suing Lyft because somebody pulled up to pick her up in a car. And he said, I'm sorry, man. You're too big to get in this car. My tires are old. You're not about to daggone destroy my tires. And I'm actually with him 1000% because to replace a tire, it's going to cost him a couple of $100 or $100. Let's say $100 on the low end. But if you're looking at other stuff that could be destroyed, I mean, this dude could be looking at $1,000 in maintenance fees to make sure that his car is capable to move forward to pick up more Lyft customers. And all he's going to make from her ride is probably like $37. So I don't understand that. She should have ordered one of the big boys. But she recorded the whole conversation. She must have seen Charleston White talking about how it's easy to sue companies as long as you look for the flaw and I don't know, you manipulate the situation. And that's exactly what she did. She hired some greasy haired white lawyer to say that this is just like not picking her up because she's black and all that other BS. So we got a lot to talk about. Also, I have a special guest with me. I have Red Cup with Mika, who is here. She was on one of our other live streams last Wednesday. You guys seem to enjoy her and her commentary. Anything you got for the people before we move forward, Mika?
Hi. Yeah, I enjoyed it last week. I enjoyed the comments. I enjoyed the conversation. So glad to be back.
Let's go. So first of all, we got like a version. All right. So Madonna says it is so sad to watch our government slowly dismantling all of the freedoms. This is her right here, dismantling all of the freedoms we have been fighting for and won over the years. Rainbow flag, broken heart. Don't give up the fight. And the reason why she put this out here is because of this post from Trump that I posted on my X feed. And if you're not already following me on X, make sure you do just that. But I just now reposted one of his posts, and I'm trying to find it. Y'all know I'll be all over the place when I go live, but that bad boy should be one of the last ones because I said I 1000% agree with this. So this right here. So Trump just now came out with another executive order not necessarily executive order, but yeah, it is an executive order actually. But basically what he's saying is he signs an executive order to ban trans chemical surgical mutilation of minors 18 years and younger. And because he did that, Madonna decided to come out and say that everything that they've been fighting for is pretty much falling by the wayside. And I believe that that's completely disingenuous, because what exactly was you fighting for? Were you fighting for children under the age of 18 being able to cut off the dinglings and their titties before their brains even fully developed? Makes absolutely no sense to me. Miss Mika, do you have anything?
Yeah, I just, I figured I'll get all my huffing and puffing out while you were talking, because Madonna annoys me. She annoys me. I can, two things can be true at the same time. She has great music. I like Madonna's music. I don't like Madonna. Okay. When I tell you that, and this is from being in the music industry, the music industry is two things. It's great because you get to express yourself artistically, but it also has a dark side. And a lot of people in music, entertainment, they go along to get along. And a lot of that stuff in the entertainment industry is sinister towards children.
1000%. And that's honestly another reason why I put my support fully behind Trump, because he was going up against that whole Hollywood debauchery, darkness, human trafficking type of thing. And even when the movie came out, it was Sounds of Freedom or something like that.
Yes. That
Oh
that
my,
movie was supposed to have been out years before it came out.
why was
And the Biden administration blocked it.
why though?
You know why? That's
It was,
why same reason they can't find them 320,000 children.
well,
Same
that's the
reason.
thing. But that's the thing, though. It's like they're always in the front line to be the ones that's crying and showing their ass and acting like they give a damn, but they really don't. Like this, Bill, who is this right here? Her name is Selena Gomez. Did you see Selena Gomez?
Mhm. Mhm. A
So
whole billionaire, damn near.
really, she got that much
Yeah,
money?
she had a lot of money. Mhm.
Holy crap! So y'all already know about the illegal immigration that's going on, and she comes out crying. Here's her little dilly self. I guess this was supposed to make us feel bad, and she got like what is that? A Palestinian flag, or is that a Mexican or Dominican
Mexican.
flag? Oh, that's a
Mexican.
Mexican flag. Yeah. So this is her crying for the Mexicans. But has she been crying for the Americans? Let me see this right here. Y'all let me know what y'all want me to know. And if y'all have not hit the like button yet, please do so, man. Run this thing up so other people can see it, so that the algorithm can say LFR family is live. Y'all need to get your ass over here. Okay, here we go.
I just want to say that I'm so sorry. All my people are getting attacked. The children. I don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise. I just want to say that I'm so sorry.
Does this do anything for you?
In the words of Stephen A., I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. We don't care. We don't care. I don't care nothing about her, crying like that. One, she's an actress. Okay. This is practice. It was pretty good.
This is
Pretty
this
good.
is definitely practice. That's something that I said. That was honestly, I saw that Charlie Kirk posted this on X, and I reposted, and the only thing I wrote was she's good. Because she's good. She can cry right there on cue, like
Yeah,
boom, just
it was
stop.
it was a tear. It's better than I've seen before because sometimes oh my God, this is and the face is dry, but there's tears there. No makeup, so you get to rub your face and it's a little red. Got a little
Oh yeah.
rosacea going on. This is good.
Oh yeah. And don't forget to cut on the camera in the right time. Like she cut that camera on the perfect time.
As soon as thank you. I said, it's one thing you're talking and then you might get emotional. It was like I don't know.
Oh yeah, it was quick. She is definitely good. She is good. And speaking of somebody that's good, gang, Sonny Hostin. That's another one that's real good. I know y'all are familiar with how Sonny Hostin feels about Trump and feel about everybody that's MAGA. Probably feel about 90% of the people that are inside of my chat right now. But this is something that she had to say about Trump's situation. I have to let y'all know periodically I will cover the video with a picture of Sonny Hostin because she's fake as hell too. She's not a Selena Gomez, but she's locked in to her side because it benefits ABC, it benefits The View. The View's point of view is they already decided before they even cut the cameras on that we have TDS together, but it's meaningful because he don't like black people or anyone of color. I mean, okay,
Meanwhile, he's of color. Remember, he's orange.
yeah, he's orange. He's orange. Have you seen this one yet?
Yes, I did.
All right, here we go, gang.
You know, to answer your question, which is this the immigration fix that this country wanted? I think absolutely there are certain people that wanted to see this kind of pain and destruction for a certain group or type of immigrant. Because if you look at the numbers, yes, the number of immigrants that come from Mexico or of Mexican born are the largest. But the next largest are Asians. 28% of them come. I don't think they walk across the southern border. I think they come by plane. The next largest are Europeans. I don't think they walk either. I'm just saying immigrants, right?
Oh, not undocumented though.
A lot of them are undocumented, actually.
But that's not the stat for being.
But a lot
Asians
of
are
them
the
come by
second
plane
one.
and then overstay their visas. They overstay their visas. They overstay their visas, so they're undocumented. The Europeans that come here that overstay their visas are undocumented, but they don't come across the southern border. So I think there's a very clear message as to what this president wants the look of a criminal migrant to look like, what an undocumented migrant. And I think that's racist. Let me also say that, in my view, he has circumvented established law by weaponizing the U.S. military.
Can you
Hold on, before we move forward, how do you feel about what she said so far?
What I usually feel about it, it's dumb. So Cloudy Hostin is the worst on this show. Only over Anna. And the reason why I say that is because she's the resident person of color, supposedly. Okay. Even though Anna is supposed to be, but not.
What about Whoopi?
You know, I forget. I be forgetting that Whoopi Black sometimes. I'm sorry. I just be forgetting.
She's Jewish. She decided to have
That's
a
why
Jewish
I be forgetting that Whoopi Black. Okay. Yes, and Whoopi. But they have Sonny speaking as such, right? Because Whoopi is Trump deranged, but Whoopi doesn't she doesn't do what Sonny does. And Sonny makes everything about race. And I do mean everything about race. And this was no different. But the problem here is Sonny doesn't want to admit that Trump does deport everybody. 18,000 Asians gone. India has agreed to take their people back. She's definitely a racist. And what's so crazy about Sonny being a racist is that she's a whole colonizer herself, meaning her family literally had slaves. Her mom acted as if she was black when she has been white the entire time. And then she tried to make an excuse for it. Can't do it.
Well, time out. First of all, they said that they were only holding slaves. They didn't say that they was using the slaves to help pick cotton and beat them and make more babies. They said they were just slave holders.
Puerto Rico is the first establishment in the Americas. Okay? They have the oldest Catholic church. The Spaniards were there. I assure you, that's what they were doing. They were doing the same exact thing. Actually, the Spaniards were worse than the ones here in America.
Well, you can't tell no black person that because black people would beat you down that the worst thing ever happened here in this country. And then you say, well, is there any other countries that you will mind living in other than the US? I'm like, nah, I go visit. I go there on a weekend trip or something like that. And we're going to stay in the best part of the country. But unless we go to Jamaica, then we probably go through the worst parts to get some weed. We probably feel comfortable enough. Dangerous enough to not.
I can't do Jamaica. I've been wanting to go, but I can't do it. And I want to go, but no, you're.
Jamaica has slavery too. Jamaica has a lot of slavery there too.
Yes, which is the reason why Kamala is not black. Her family also has slaves and owned slaves.
You say Kamala's family had slaves?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Did you learn that from Candace?
No, I learned that from just doing my own research, but Candace is absolutely correct.
I was only asking about Candace because Candace is probably the person that did the most deep diving into Kamala that I've ever seen.
Well, so on Instagram since Kamala was a senator, I have been telling people that woman isn't black, right? And so when this whole Trump thing started, people were like, oh, you just like Trump. So that's why you're saying that. I went and I pulled up my archives of me telling people that this woman is not black.
So
I've been saying this since she was a senator.
Hey, so you was an OG on top of it. You was like, I don't know why she claimed. And that's the thing too. She didn't always claim black.
Yes.
She didn't always claim it until it was useful for her. Until they said, look, Kamala, we're picking you as VP. You're running as a black woman. So from here on out, I don't want to hear that Asian Jamaican BS. All right. And she stopped saying it.
If anybody knows the Asian culture, it is no way that her mother raised two black women. Because this is what she says. My mom raised us as two black women. Lies.
She did.
Lies.
Rachel Dolezal times two. She did.
Rachel Dolezal is actually, if I was going to pick a non-black to be a black, it would probably be her because, at least she actually knows that. I've never heard Rachel Dolezal say she was going to put greens in the tub. Rachel Dolezal knows how to wash them.
That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful as hell.
Let me also say that, in my view, he has circumvented established law by weaponizing the U.S. military.
Can you explain what you mean by that?
Generally, before being deported, you have an asylum case pending in front of a court, and you must appear in front of that judge. Right now, there are 3 million asylum cases and 900 judges. That is why the bipartisan bill that was going to be passed addressed that particular issue. Instead of dealing with it legally in that way, and I'm not saying he's doing it illegally, what he did was declared a national emergency that qualifies as a foreign invasion. And on the U.S.-Mexico border, not any other border. And that cleared the way for the Department of Defense to deploy the military at a 60% increase. I just think that our military members, many of them did not join the military to do that job. And let me say just finally that they are also racially profiling in doing this.
All right, so that's the BS that I wanted to show. Let me go ahead and take this banner off because for some strange reason this bad boy will not leave. They just want to show this face. This face represents who she is. I like this face.
That's why I was over here laughing.
I like this face of Sonny Hostin. But so she's saying that he was racially profiling, but no, he's profiling them based off of how else can you profile an illegal immigrant, in my opinion? In your opinion, how else can you profile an illegal immigrant? Do you just look at people that look the same and you're like, nah, they're not illegals? No, you go to areas where these people look like this, and we speak to them. Then we go, these people look like this. What they're trying to say is that people who overstay their welcome, their visas, the white people that are from white countries, they're saying that Trump is not going after them, and that's not the truth at all.
Well, exactly. It's not the truth, but a large number of them aren't. Let's just say you overstay your visa because you want to stay here. Wouldn't you do your best not to commit a crime? So nobody pays attention to you, so you can go under the radar? No, that's not what a large portion from the bottom of the hemisphere do. They come over here and then they commit crimes. And so you get sent back. And unfortunately, because of all these sanctuary cities, if it was me as a Democrat, I would just let them go into the jails. I would say, I would make them stick to what they said they were going to stick to. Okay, you want the criminals? Go to my jails then. Leave the streets alone. But they want to cause so much confrontation. They're like, no, you can't even go in our jails. Okay, so if I got to go into homes, Umbrella's going, okay? Niños, everybody.
The babies, the women, the
Everybody.
grandmother,
Everybody's going, because I'm telling you, it's probably only one kid that's actually the quote unquote US citizen. And they'll bank on that. I know because me and you are from DC. Most of the kids, and at least I know in Northwest, because you have Columbia Heights, most of the kids were El Salvadorian. First generation.
That's true. That's true. There's a bunch of El Salvadorians in Mo County now too. In Southeast though, we didn't have any. Like I can't think of nowhere. I'm dead serious. I can't think of anywhere where we had Hispanics or white people, unless they lived on Bolin Air Force Base. Their parents were in the military or something like that. Other than that, in 7th District, 8th District, Ward 8, nope, not under Murray and Burry, they wasn't. Now, in the further north you get, like Northeast, Northwest, it's some Hispanics in that area for sure.
Yes. Yeah, that's where I lived. And I live in the West. And I tell you right now, that's who I went to school with. My family's Cuban, but I've never known any Cubans. It was always El Salvadorians. And that's because, and you'll never see them in, you've never seen them in places where there were high concentration of Black people up until this past administration. And that's because it was a concerted effort to push out the Black population.
Yes.
So in every city, whether it was Chicago, New York, DC, it didn't matter. In every city, they were putting them in those areas on purpose.
And then try to act as if they are in support of the Black community. And it was the Black governors, the Black mayors, Black cities that kept doing this. Like, oh, send them over here. We are a sanctuary city. And then you have the citizens who were believing that, it's cool to be a sanctuary city, until they themselves had to live in the filth that they were starting to see. They were starting to see more crime in their areas committed by other people that don't look like them. And you already know, like when the crime is committed by us, we make up excuses, be like, oh no, well, leave the babies alone. There's a way to arrest them. Don't talk to them like that. You ain't got to put your knee on his neck. I ain't mentioning nobody specifically, guys, so you ain't got to attack me. But sometimes, we protect those people that look like us, just so we can stay in our little bubble. But when we start to see other people doing it, and people are randomly being punched in the face, pushed in front of trains, burnt alive, stabbed by other people that's from other countries, because they know that when they get caught, they're just going to get a slap on the wrist and sent right back out there in the street to do it again and again and again. obviously they're showing blatant disregard for Black people that they have in their communities that are their voting bloc, but they went out of their way to intentionally create a new voter from the Hispanics and the Haitians and the Asians and all of these different nationalities that we were grabbing from other countries, bringing here, flying here, shipping here, and taking care of their lifestyle, like padding their pockets the entire time they was here. So it's
Yeah.
weird as hell.
It's the true thing. You are. You see. Oh yeah.
I already applied. Just letting you know, one of my supporters, they tagged me in it when the new press secretary was talking about it. Yeah, they tagged me in it, and I went to their website. I applied immediately. Not sure if they will select me, but I hope they do, because since they're in DC, I would love to be out there asking my questions that come directly from you all. I will ask some questions that come from you all and questions that come from me too, because something that I want to do this go around is definitely hold this administration accountable. And thank you so much for the super chat, Shannon and Terry K. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and that's what you should do with every administration. But yeah, just to go with what you were saying, you gotta remember these, whether they're people of color or not, outside of the United States, everyone looks at themselves as ethnicity, right? It doesn't matter if you're dark, light, whatever. If you're Cuban, you're Cuban.
You're Cuban.
If you're, Mexican, you're Mexican, whatever.
Right.
Yes, they have their own issues inside, but if you're Mexican, you're Mexican. There's some dark-skinned Dominicans, there's some light-skinned Dominicans, right? So everybody looks at that. So when they come over here, they keep that same mindset. So you're screaming for the Haitians, and the Haitians are like, okay.
Yeah. Thank you for representing us, but we don't represent you. Just keeping it
Yeah.
above.
Yeah.
They don't.
Nigerians, they don't. Yeah. Only time anyone ever identifies with being quote unquote African American is if there's an incentive to.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I.e. Kamala.
Yeah, absolutely. And everybody that supported her and all of these different news syndications that are really opinion pieces. But they do this all the time to try to make us feel like we are going to be outed if we're on the wrong side of history. Like Joy Reid said, you don't want to be on the wrong side. Before we were voting, she was talking to Black people. She was like, look, we already know how we're supposed to vote. We got our marching orders from Obama. Michelle and Barack told us how to vote. If y'all don't vote that way, then you're going to be on the wrong side. I have a video for you to for you to watch, Mika. I don't know if you've seen this before, but this guy right here, he says that his wife, he voted for Trump, and he came home, and his wife, along with 2 construction workers, were snatched and sent back. And my only question was, why is his wife in the house with 2 construction workers? But those probably his cousins. Don't know. I mean, I don't know, but a lot of people are saying that this brother he's making this up because he keeps a picture of his wife's. He keep a picture of his wife in his wallet, and he's showing it. He's saying, Trump, please find her and before you send her anywhere, and release her, because she already has her court date. She's been here for 3 years, but she already has a court date to become a citizen and all this other stuff. And he never said if he was a citizen. Well, yeah, he is. He has to be in order to vote. So he voted for Trump, so he says. But check this out, guys, and make sure you hit the like button if you have not already. All right. And Lisa Marie said that this video right here does not pass the smell test.
Really?
So,
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, well, here we go.
They turned off the cameras, excuse my language, and then they took my wife. This man who wished not to be identified says his wife is from Venezuela and has lived in the United States for a few years. She was one of 3 people taken from this home. I'm told the 2 others were men who worked in construction. You see them here. This video, only a minute and 52 seconds long, we do not see his wife being removed from the home. But this is a picture of her that he keeps in his wallet. Her name is Vianis Ramirez, and he says she was in the process of becoming a United States citizen.
She already had a court date. She was good. Everything's good. He just came in and snatched her.
These are pictures from the Department of Homeland Security detaining other undocumented men and women in Broward County.
It's despicable what they're doing right now. It's very embarrassing.
President Donald Trump arrived at his Trump National Golf Resort in Doral Saturday, set to host GOP leaders for a conference. This man hopes this message makes it to him.
I get a chance to talk to you, man. Yo, please, man, let's work something out. So you, man, let me keep my wife here in the United States, man. She deserves to be here, man.
ICE reports nearly 1,000 raids in the country on Sunday alone, which is up from just under 300 on Saturday. Here at the detention center in Miramar, things have been quiet for several hours, but we will continue to monitor this situation and bring you the developing news on raids in South Florida as they happen. In Miramar, I'm Chelsea.
They turned off the cameras.
Yeah. No, it's something's fishy because with cameras, you would have caught something like somebody. She didn't come outside screaming. Nothing, like not anything. Okay. Yeah, I agree with one of the comments.
Lisa Marie.
Lisa Marie. Yes, I agree with you. Yeah, that it doesn't pass. And even let's just say even if it did. If your wife has an appointment, she could have showed it.
Yeah, that is true. And I agree. Okay, first of all, just to let y'all know, I was never on the side of the law. Ever. I didn't care. Like if you can get away with it and you're not hurting anybody, then get away with it. I'm not a snitch, none of that. But when it comes to this right here, I don't care anymore. Only because Biden's administration was blatantly disrespectful in how they brought all of these people over here. They didn't know their backgrounds. They didn't know if they were dangerous human beings. They didn't care. And because of that, I think we had like 8 young ladies who were raped and murdered by illegal immigrants that have come across our borders in the last administration. We even had somebody, the guy that set the lady on fire on the train, that same dude, he was deported during Trump's first administration
and came back.
How did he get back?
And same with Laken Riley.
Laken Riley, that's another one.
When that guy deported, came back, went to New York, committed crimes in New York, and I think Laken Riley is in Texas. Yep. So went down to Texas doing the same thing. The crazy part about it all, they talk all this, we care about children. Most of the crimes from the illegals are committed against children.
Yeah, I'm not with that.
There's a big issue, and you saw Sounds of Freedom, but there's a big issue in South America with that. Like they don't care. They have child brides. They have they don't care. So you bring that culture here, and that's why it's important when countries have immigration, because whatever the culture is, right? If you don't assimilate to that culture, you're going to have a problem. You can't just I'm just bringing them here. Europe had that problem when they brought all those refugees over. They had that issue, right? And by then they, all the guns were gone, and it's just it's crazy that
it's turmoil.
Societies think think like you can just add people in. Like I would never bring somebody into my house that, you know, practices something that I don't agree with.
At all.
Because
I won't.
we're not going to mesh well in the same house.
I mean, y'all already know what it is. Come on now. It's even if you're not matching well in the same house. Mika and her family make a certain amount of money that they live comfortably on. If Biden or Trump or anybody was to just come knock on her door and say, we need for you to adopt these 5 migrants, we're going to everybody's door around here. Everybody's going to take in 5 migrants. Listen, I don't have the room. I don't have
They
the food.
did that. Did you
I
see
don't have
it?
security. I'm glad I didn't. No, I didn't. And if they done that dumb sugar honey iced tea, then I'm
Well,
glad.
it wasn't the government. It was a guy. I think he was a Trump supporter, and he went around in California, and he decided to, you know, make it like a video skit or whatever. And
okay.
he took Mexicans and all that, and he knocked on rich people's doors, and he said, "Hey, do you support, you know, taking in the migrant?" Yes, I knew all this stuff. He said, "Okay." And he told them to come out the car, and then they come up, and he's like, Jose needs a place to live. No, my wife is pregnant. It's
Yeah,
okay.
all these
He
excuses.
knows he's really good with babies.
Yeah, he's good with babies. She's a doctor. She's a nurse. Bring them in. Nah, hell no.
It was like, no, we can't do that. The same as Selena Gomez. She has all that money. Okay, you have a mansion. Bring them to one of your mansions. Let them
Not
stay
gonna
there.
do it. Not gonna
No.
do it. Same way that they
No.
try to drop them off in front of all of these. I forgot what area was it where all of these big wigs live. They dropped them all over
Martha's
there.
Vineyard.
Yeah, and they had them all removed.
They was gone by the time you could say Espialidocious, they was out of there.
They was gone. It was gone. And then hold on, and the thing too, like I came across this one video where this guy, like they're getting real bold about it, like they're making demands. Like this dude right pretty much said, if you come for me, you're gonna have a problem. Check this out, man.
All right, Daddy Trump, you want to take us the fuck out of here? Come do this shit then. Look what the fuck do your house. Look what the fuck do your streets. Come get it, bitch.
So this dude is saying, Big Daddy Trump, you claim to want to get rid of us? Then come do it then. Who's going to build your streets? Who's going to build your houses?
Look, the liberals to me are doing the same thing they did with slavery. Okay, Democrats argue the point of, well, who's going to pick cotton?
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't want to pick cotton. Why would we do?
Yeah,
let the blacks do it. Give
that's
them a
some
job.
slave stuff, man. You're absolutely right. And even the women on The View was having that same conversation when it came to getting rid of the illegals in this day and age. They was like, who's going to clean your toilets?
They are our maids, are this, are that. I'm like,
to answer your question.
So what you're saying is that you need cheap slave labor.
Yeah.
And these are the only people that can do it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the maids that clean my house, they own that company. If you think for a second that these people are downtrodden, they're not. Okay, maids for hire, whatever you see on the car. They come over here and they get businesses, they get LLCs, and you let the Democrats say, oh, if you feel sorry for these people. No, they're getting that money. They're sending it back. I know they do it in Cuba all the time. Literally, Cubans work in Miami and go home to Cuba on Friday.
And guess what they're not doing? They ain't paying taxes on that money.
And they're not paying taxes. You know why I don't have to pay taxes? Because one is money straight to me, and then two, I'm not a part of this jurisdiction
at all. And whenever they do a service, what they ask for, you got cash?
Yeah.
I
You
need
can
send
it. You can send it. Sale. I know.
They don't play around.
They don't
play around.
They don't. And I tell people all the time, they charge different prices depending on if you are Hispanic or not. So, you know, when a Hispanic person comes to do work in your house. Have one of your friends, if you're not Hispanic yourself, have one of your friends or something, because they'll come in looking like, oh, no. They'll be like, nope, because they like to talk in Spanish and all that. Nope, have somebody there that speaks Spanish, because they know, right? There are certain things that you can get over on. So the construction, they're not paying them pennies, right? They'll pay the main guy who's legal.
Yeah.
He'll get all the money. He'll
Yes.
get all the work. It's like, it's a whole operation.
It's a whole operation. I had this one guy come out to my house, man. I had some work done. And I'm meeting with him here. I got the referral, and I'm not going to say a whole lot because I don't want to put my business all out there, but I got the referral from my from my neighbor, and I wanted to get some work done in my backyard. And the guy came out, black dude. We shook hands. I was like, brother, how long you been doing this, man? How long you been doing this type of work? He telling me, talking about, man, business been good, this, that, and the other. We made a deal to get the work done. He gave me a price. I ain't seen that nigga one more time. The only people I saw were Hispanics. The show, what? That's it. That's it. He took the money. He was the straw man. He was the guy up front that made the deal. And when he doled that out to a bunch of Hispanics, and one of the Hispanics, just one, their main guy spoke English. The rest of them,
what is that?
At all.
What I said? I know.
Yeah.
So that is another reason why these states are, why they want them, right? They understand that, they can use them a certain way.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to make another permanent low class.
Yeah.
Because let's be clear. A lot of people think racism is the top thing. Classism is the top thing.
Yes.
And so when you have classism, all right, you can be any race. Class is what really matters. And in order to keep a certain structure going, you have to have an underclass. And they can no longer sustain that with just Black people. They need another underclass. And that's why they were like, well, let's just get everybody, because they understand if you bring, your affluent ones over here, they're going to be in a different class. They're not going to work on pennies on the dollar. They're not willing to do any of that. It will take them time to build wealth. They understand that. The same way it will take Black people time to build wealth.
And that's why they don't live above their means. They don't mind living together. They don't mind shopping fully at the thrift store. They don't mind saving their pennies together, because their pennies is a lot. Y'all need to stop looking at these Hispanics out here and these illegal immigrants out here and thinking that they not living the life. When they come here and they find an opportunity to make a little bit of bread and they start putting it together, knowing that they got an OG that tell them how to run, how to play the game here, and they play the game and they live good. I just now saw a video of construction workers who were building houses. It was electricians and carpenters and all that other stuff. But when they took a break, all of the construction workers decided to look at their lunch boxes to see what their wives made them or what they packed for lunch. And the white guys, they had chips, they had little sandwiches, they had cupcakes, they had beers, they had soda, stuff like that. When they looked at I'm talking about every single one of the Hispanic helpers and laborers that were there, these brothers had full out meals cooked, all of them, that their wives cooked them. They are living the dream. They don't need a whole lot because they are not. And this is no knock at y'all. But guys, and I need for y'all to understand me when I say this, cut that white privilege bullshit out, okay? It's American privilege, okay? When you look at our country in comparison to most other countries, we are kicking ass. When you look at how we are used to living, we are kicking ass. Our homeless people live better than a majority of a lot of people in other countries. We have a certain level of privilege that makes us entitled. It makes us spoiled. It makes us want it makes us always have that grass is greener mentality. If we just, and that's why I always say to guys, listen, if you don't start your day off thanking God for his grace and his mercy, then you will succumb to all these bad ways of thinking, these ignorant mindsets that can destroy you, your family, your pocketbook, everything, your spirit, your soul. So these people that come here, they still have their same cultures. They don't mind learning our language slowly, or becoming a citizen slowly, or living, in places that we wouldn't live, or working in places that we wouldn't work, because to them, it's paradise. It's paradise.
Yeah. Well, and you have to understand that a lot of the, America has issues, right? But they're first world issues.
A lot. First world,
but they're
indeed.
first world issues.
Yeah.
Right. So when we talk about, subjugation here, or anything that really goes on here, at least you have a voice. In Cuba, you don't have no voice. Let's just be clear. You don't have a voice.
You better shut the
And what
hell
you
up
gonna
with
do
that
about
voice.
it? And what are you gonna do about it? I go to the Middle East a lot. In Dubai, I love Dubai. I love Abu Dhabi. But I'm gonna tell you right now, when they say it's time to put on your hijab, you better put on your hijab. So I always tell people here, you gotta remember you are definitely privileged. It is a privilege for you to even have a grievance.
Go ahead. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a privilege. That's a privilege. So.
And in places like North Korea, well, in Korea, period, you definitely can't speak up. As a matter of fact, you can't leave. You cannot leave. They have gates where people try to escape Korea all the time. You cannot leave. You're not leaving. And you damn sure
I always
better
say I
not.
never met a person from North Korea. I've never. I know there are some that escape, but far few in between.
Yankee Jeff,
So,
listen, you are on it, and I appreciate it. See, I don't travel the world. I'm afraid to fly, but I still fly. But I like for it to be short. I like for it to be short flights. Yankee Jeff, he said, I served in the military, traveled all over the world. People here have no idea what poverty is.
in Cuba, the children, I went back maybe like 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago now, but
To Cuba?
the children, the
Okay.
children were in the street playing with a deflated ball for soccer or football, as it is home.
A
Having a
deflated
beautiful
ball.
time. The deflate.
Just having
You know
fun.
when it gets really bad, it's been sitting in the gutter. Those
Yeah.
balls. Having a great time. No shoes, and it's hot,
And they good.
and they're good. To use Wi-Fi, you have to go to a square. You got to go down to the Malecon in the town square. Here, you got it in your house. You got people that they don't even have any money have Wi-Fi. I used to see people who are on welfare, don't work a job, Wi-Fi cable.
We used to be that.
So
I mean,
I'm just like,
before we got so used, so used to things and used to eating what we want to eat, living how we want to live. We used to be the same way when we were younger. If we go outside and we see somebody's raggedy, and this was nasty, somebody's raggedy old mattress outside. Oh my God, this is heaven. We used to jump on those mattresses, do flips. That's why I learned how to flip. We used to flip against different neighborhoods all the time because somebody would throw their old mattress, and those mattresses was not smelling good or nothing. So we had to learn how to flip with no hands and bouncing on somebody's old nasty mattress. Listen, that's how it is sometimes until you start getting used to things and used to certain ways of living. Like the culture says, you gotta move this type of way. You got to live this type of way. You ain't got your own house. Why don't you have your own house? Like, but I think we would be better off if all of our families started to pool our money and our resources together. But that's not how we live in America.
No, and for that very reason, you don't understand how to be. America is very individualistic, right?
Yeah.
Other countries are not, but it benefits, the evil people in America, because if you think of yourself as an individual and you're an individual and you're an individual, meaning you can be individual groups and still be one group, right? But in America, this group doesn't want to work with that group. This group doesn't want to work with that group. And it works to everyone's benefit. That's the reason why they keep that going, right? Yeah. And so I think with Trump, it showed that if you actually look at it, everybody had the same grievance, which is why everything went red. You're white. You can't afford eggs. I'm Asian. I can't afford eggs either. Like, if you look at what you have in common, you have a lot more of that than differences.
Whereas Biden and Kamala, they wanted to run off of, you're black and brown, he hates you. He don't like you.
Right. But everybody isn't black and brown. Oh, if you're a woman, everybody is not a woman.
Everybody's not a woman. So you just hyper focus on the negatives.
Correct.
And you try to sell that to the people, sell
so
fears.
Everybody's issue is not getting solved. But what are issues that everybody has? Money.
Yeah.
Family.
And we need more money. And we really don't need a whole lot of money, guys. I don't know. I'm still going over that too. I don't know. It's money to be made, but sometimes that slows me down when I start focusing on money all the time. I don't know. Just like this young lady right here that I'm about to pull up. And I have to go over to this right here because this young lady, she's 400 plus pounds and she tries to get into a lift and she records the whole thing. I'm not going to give you too much talking, but I'm going to show y'all this, and I'm going to also show y'all her with her lawyer trying to get this $1 million because she is suing it. She is suing for this. Watch this.
This Lyft driver denied me service. BC of my size.
What you saying?
Yeah, I got no space in my car is small.
I can fit in this car.
No, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me. So, I'm sorry.
What I'm gonna do about my money?
I'm gonna cancel you. You're not gonna be charged.
So you telling me I can't get in the lift because I can't fit in your car?
Yeah, you need to order a bigger car.
What makes you think I can't fit in a car?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What makes you think I can't fit in this car?
Because the car is small in the back.
My best friend has a Benz that's newer than this that I can fit in. That's the same size.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't.
So you really telling me I'm too big to get in your car, so I gotta order another lift?
Yeah. And to be more specific with you, I got very tired tires.
What I got to do with your tires?
Yeah, and you have no space.
How you know I don't have no space?
Yeah, I got no space in the back.
How do you know I don't have no space?
Because I tried before.
Huh?
Because I've been in this situation.
So every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car?
Yeah, because they need to order the Uber XL.
No, I don't never have to order Uber XL.
Then I'm really sorry.
What's your name?
Abraham Carter.
Okay.
All right. So after this right here, she had a meeting, like some sort of a sit down where Fox 2 covered it, and I'm gonna show y'all her addressing people because a lot of people have been saying, "Yo, you knew that you was too big to call a daggone lift, but you was really after the bag the entire time." Watch what she's doing here.
Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her lift rolled up.
As I'm walking, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
She already knew.
I can fit in this car.
No, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me.
He told her there's not enough room in his car.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. You know, I feel like that was a slap in the face. That was like my tires, like.
The driver said his tires could not handle her weight.
Every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car.
Yeah, because they need to order the Uber XL.
You know what? I don't never have to order Uber XL.
He apologized, canceled the ride, and left her there. The rapper says she's pretty tough. Dank DeMoss, as she's known at the mic, is crushed by the whole situation.
I just want them to know, it really hurt my feelings.
It looks like Lyft might be hurting pretty soon, too.
I knew it was illegal, and I knew that it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco and Zach Runyon, say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't.
Nigga, please.
I want to have Christians in my car or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
The lawsuit is filed. Since she posted the encounter on social media, other full-figured folks have reached out saying the same thing happened to them.
So hold on. We're not done yet. I got to show you one more before we give some commentary, because y'all ever seen them commercials? Y'all sitting at home and y'all hear somebody say, did you fall on the sidewalk in front of somebody's business? Call me and you can get $1 million. Call me now. Did you have a small accident? Do you need somebody to take over your family bills and all this other stuff? You can't take care of your family. You're bent up from the accident. Call me now. We can get millions from this company. That's what this lady seems like. But before we even check this out, I need for y'all to see this right here, because she has been listening to the people that have been trying to address her. And check out, this is her responding to all of her fans thinking that she was too big for this. And then I'm gonna let you go ahead and speak on this, Mika.
Let's talk about it. Since everybody in a bald-headed ass mama got something to say about Dank, bitch, first of all, let's touch bases on the big bitches in the back that got something to say about me. I seen a bitch say, go walk. Bitches, you cool. You only one burger away from being my size. Y'all hoes got me fucked up. Bitch, stop calling yourself a BBW, hoe. Because you not, bitch. Other BBWs don't put other BBWs down, bitch. Second of all, bitch, I never contacted Lyft. Then y'all talking about, she posted a video for clout. I am the fucking clout. I've been doing this shit a long time. I posted this video because y'all got us fucked up. Y'all always trying to put big people in a fucking category. Oh, big people this, or big da-da-da-da, or big bitches this, and da-da-da. Stop doing that shit. Y'all want us to be in a fucking house, miserable, bored. Oh, cover up, or da-da-da-da-da-da. You can't wear that. You big, and da-da-da. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck the niggas and the bitches that saying that shit. Bitch, I am a big person fucking advocate. And I'm not the only person that they did that shit to, bitch. I'm just the only person that's gonna stand up. I'm the only person that's gonna post the video. I'm the only person that's gonna speak up. I'm the only person that's gonna say something. I'm the only person that's gonna put a stop to that shit. Cause y'all got me fucked up. Why the fuck y'all don't have an option on the fucking app that say, are you of size, or so that we can send you a bigger car? So that shit is humiliating. What the fuck? Bitch, it's below zero. I'm outside and you pulling off on me, bitch. I don't give a fuck if you gave me my fucking money back. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Y'all got us fucked up. Bitch, I'm not in the house. I'm outside. I'm showing my stomach. Fuck is y'all talking about? Stop playing with me on this bitch ass internet.
All right.
Oh my God. I can't front. She funny.
She funny. She is funny. She's funny. She's funny.
However, girl, come on. Look, this is her business. She want to be. She called it BBW. It's way past the B, the other B, and the W.
Yeah.
However, but if you want to be this way, that's perfectly fine with me. The guy was right. Okay. If I don't let a bunch of people in my car, because of my shocks, especially out here in Maryland. You know, you hit a pothole, you're done.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
would I put you in my car? He's absolutely correct. Lyft isn't going to pay for his car.
Yep.
I mean, so you're suing Lyft, but he might have been suing Lyft. Because I'm telling you, I hit a pothole and it don't jump back up. It's because you're in my car.
I bet she win, though. I bet she win.
I think they're going to settle out of court with her. But I did think she had a good idea. And Lyft could make some money off of it. If they're that big.
Have that option. So a pickup truck can come pick you up and you can get in the flatbed. You can get in the flatbed.
She need that presidential.
Yeah.
Just take out the whole backseat. Because that is crazy in a Kia.
And this is the thing too.
Yeah.
Did you hear that how loud dude's car was already?
That timing belt was gonna go. As soon as it got
the car didn't sound healthy. The car sounded like it was going through some things already. When she was trying to record it, that car was extremely loud.
He said it. He said, no, my car cannot handle. But you want to know something? I don't know if he'll actually, they'll settle, but if you listen to it, he never called her fat. He said, it's my car.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, you just need a bigger car. He said, my car is the issue. You're not the issue. So if you actually listen to what he said, he never said anything really about her weight. He said, my car can't do it, but let's get you a bigger car. So I don't know if that helps, but I just noticed that she was the one adding the stuff in. Are you saying because I'm fat? He's saying my tires.
Yeah, my tires. But he also said my back seat already has stuff in it. You can't fit in my back seat. And he also said, she said, this ever happened before? And he said, yeah, it was another fat ass person that tried to get in my car. He didn't say that, but he moved toward that. And
but she says, so are you saying all the fat people that come up to your car, blah, 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 blah. He was like, they cannot fit.
They can't fit.
Like what you want him to do? And it's unsafe, honestly. Like if you all up on the dashboard and my
safety belts ain't big enough for you, ma'am. Well, they might be. It's an issue. You can break my safety belt. Like and listen, if you're a big person, I'm not attacking you. I love you like a play cousin, but I'm not. I'm just saying this person specifically, this driver, in my opinion, have a right to refuse someone getting in his car.
It's his car. It's his car. Like that's the problem that I have with everybody that has an entitlement. It's always me. Okay, so what about his car? What about the things that go on? Like that's the reason why things have a weight requirement. You can't get in the elevator with a whole bunch of people. The elevator has a weight requirement. The elevator is not being, fat phobic. It has a weight requirement for a reason.
I'm glad you said fat phobic because I didn't read that part up here, and I'm surprised you can see that. It does say.
I didn't even see that. I just know the sentiment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because it says Lyft driver is accused of being fat phobic. Like, and that's another stupid ass term. These people keep on coming up with these terms saying that you have a phobia because he's not afraid of you, lady, because you're big at all. And you're not fat. She's not fat either. She's obese. Like I know fat people.
Morbidly
she is obese.
To the point where it's going to bother her life.
Yeah.
But it's her life. However, this is a problem, right? And everybody's like, "Oh, if she wants to be fat, she absolutely can be
feel
fat."
Free.
But other people have the right in their their private cars to not want to put you in it and damage their cars.
That is true. That is true. Absolutely, 1000%. And somebody just now mentioned this. Can she sue Home Depot or Lowe's if she was to buy a ladder from Home Depot or Lowe's and go home, use it, and stand on one of those things and it just collapse? Like, can she sue for that? I think there's a weight. There's an actual amount of weight that you can put on a ladder. It says 300 or 500 or something like that. But she and other people who are looking for easy lick, someone that they can sue. And she was looking to sue because that phone was out. She was asking all these questions. It wasn't below zero. She was lying, but the dude car was already gasping. It was sound like it had asthma already. It sounded like something was dead wrong with the car. And just in case y'all need to hear this, just to hear, listen to his car. Listen to his car.
So you telling me I can't?
That car is loud as hell.
That timing belt is going.
Yeah, that's horrible. And he's trying to do what he can to make more
Yeah,
money.
exactly. He's trying to live and maintain just like she is, right? Okay, well, ma'am, if I put you in this car and something happens to my car, I can't make a living. No, I'm not taking the risk. He did a whole risk assessment in 2 seconds.
A whole thing. A whole thing. 1000%. I think he shopped for doing that. He was like, oh no, this ain't gonna work.
No, that's not happening.
Last story, guys. This is Tiffany Henyard. She was, and I know a lot of you know who she is, but check this out. The mayor of Thornton, the one that was spending all of their money, and none of the people there like her. And rightfully so. I had my thoughts on this, but I want y'all to watch this because this just now went down.
Business venture. Your restaurant was deemed nasty. It's proven while you talking about her education, we can't even verify yours.
Oh.
But since you sold for women, I really already knew by the way you handled Fania. But for you to sit up here and disparage that woman after giving her that fake ass congratulations in the beginning because you thought you was gonna get what you wanted. Here's the thing. I want to educate you. Wiedemann is a 20-year employee, and ain't none of her business ventures ever failed. On top of that, she serves as a chief of staff, and she didn't fuck her way to the top.
Oh my God.
Yo, you heard that? He ain't had to do that. He ain't had to say that.
Her deeds. She is efficient in organization. She served as a temporary interim executive director for the Dalton Park District until she stepped aside to help her daughter become something you'll never be, which is a married woman. And her daughter moved away to Texas. And when her daughter moved away to Texas, she went to help her daughter. But I done heard about 4 or 5 people tell me how they had to take care of yours. And so while you've been a half-ass mayor, but if you wanted to get up here and earn some respect, then you should have been able to respond to Lori Lightfoot's report about credit cards. You want to talk about them not coming to work, but we've been hearing about what you've been doing while you've been at work. And I'm going to give away the rest of my time because I think on behalf of the Black Cookout Association that we would better take a vote and we're going to exchange your black ass for Stephanie to be the newest member of our. So all those in favor say, all those against it say nay, all those in favor say aye.
Ah!
You gone, bitch.
Oh. Woo-hoo! Woo! Woo!
Who added the sound effects?
I don't know, but they're genius. I don't know, but they're genius. I don't know, but they are genius, man. I don't know. But did y'all see though? The whole time he was talking, her head was down. She was writing, acting like she was writing. Then when he stopped talking and he said, "You gone, B," she lifted her head up and started patting on her microphone, her gold mic that she carries around. She carries around a gold mic, and she started patting on it so she can respond back to him. But this is how it all went down right here. And I'm only going to show a little bit of this because y'all got to see it. It went very far. And I don't know if y'all see, but Tiffany Henyard is in the middle of the fight. She's in the middle of the fight because one of the guys fighting is her boyfriend, who stands in the back and records a lot of this stuff. And he's there with his friend. His friend is the tall guy with the black hat and the locks. But her boyfriend is this guy right here. That's her boyfriend right here. So the guy right here is the one that was just now talking, but her man came and said something to her like, you ain't gonna be talking to my girl like that. And then it went this way.
Tiffany is in there. Tiffany is in there.
Woman. And her daughter moved away to Texas, and when her daughter moved away to Texas, she went to help her daughter. But I done heard about 4 or 5 people tell me how they had to take care of yours. And so now you've been a half-ass mayor. But if you wanted to get up here and earn some respect, then you should have been able to respond to Lori Lightfoot's report about credit cards. You want to talk about them not coming to work, but we've been hearing about what you've been doing while you've been at work. And I'm going to give away the rest of my time because I think on behalf of the Black Cookout Association that we would better take a vote and we're going to exchange your black ass for Stephanie, be the new member of Congress. So all those in favor say, all those against it say nay, all those in favor say aye. You gone, bitch.
And he didn't even say the whole word. He said "be."
That's your takeaway?
Yeah. Everything else he said was true.
Your takeaway is that he said "be."
He said "be." I don't know what her husband, boyfriend, whatever he is upset at. Everything that man said was true. She comes up there talking about everything else but what she's doing in that town. Like, she's horrible. And I will even go as far as to say she's worse than Fanny.
She is. I heard she got somebody shot at. She got somebody's house shot at.
The woman is a ghetto travesty. I don't understand how she even got to be mayor. Like, I understand all of this, we need more representation, nonsense, and all this stuff. Y'all look past character. I don't care what color they are. If the character is off, it doesn't serve you. You're in a town full of, maybe mid to low income Black people. And you take advantage of that. And you bankrupt them.
And well, here's the thing. As soon as you got a town full of low to mid income Black people, and it was a Black woman in power, and then they put, what's her name? Larry Lightfoot? Not Larry. What's her name? Beetlejuice.
Right.
Okay. They put her out there. But as soon as we have towns and stuff that's messed up, that was fully Black run like that, because they actually had a situation that could be like a new Black Wall Street if they wanted to, if they would have done it properly. But what they're going to do is blame the white man. They're going to blame the Republicans. They're going to blame Trump. They're going to blame whoever else they can possibly blame so that they can continue to support the idiocracy that they're supporting. And I'm sure every single person there voted Kamala. I bet.
Yes. Oh, you can't find a Democratic city or town or county that didn't vote for Kamala. Like, honestly and truly, when any place that's heavily Black, 9 times out of 10, they are voting Democrat. And they vote against their own best interest just because that's what they're used to voting. Again, they're worrying about civil rights and things that have already been put in place. And so you have a devotion to something that is not serving you. When they talk about that they're hurting, it doesn't come from the federal government. It comes from your actual state government. And usually those state governments are Democratic. And then usually those small towns are ran by Black people. Baltimore, Chicago, DC.
DC, absolutely. Absolutely.
So Republicans don't even have a chance in these places. So how are they affecting your quality of life? They're not. And they keep you focused on who's in the White House because most people I know, okay, and really honestly and truly most Black people I know don't know anything past maybe the mayor and then the president. You ask them about a senator, I don't know. Ask them about representative, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why they keep sending Eleanor Holmes Norton. You're paying this woman $400,000 to do what? She doesn't even have a vote. She's a delegate. I mean, she go up there and talk, but it has no weight.
I
So
dare
you
you
have
say something
taxation
about
of representations. Crazy.
listen, if they teaching about Eleanor Holmes Norton and during Black History Month, you can't talk about her.
Why not?
I don't know. You're not supposed to say anything about anybody that they teach about in Black History Month. That's just the rules, I guess. Like, you're not supposed to say anything bad about Dr. King. You're not supposed to say anything bad about anybody that the Black community or the Black Cookout have voted to uphold as the best leaders we've ever had in our nation.
Oh, somebody in the chat said Renee said an unwritten rule. Okay. Yeah, I never knew that.
Oh yeah, it's an unwritten rule. Yeah, it's an unwritten rule. You can't talk about certain people. Like, you're not supposed to say anything negative about the Obamas. So any Black people that say anything negative about the Obamas, you out of pocket. You can't say that Michelle is Mike. Don't do that. You get jumped when you go around your own neighborhood.
I'm glad my neighborhood is uptown because the Obama's like, really? That's wow. I never knew that. I never knew that either.
No, I'm just
because
playing.
I say what I have to say and what's honest and true. The Democrats, I've never seen them do anything in my lifetime. Any Democrat that has done something, it's well before I was born.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even then is a struggle. You can go back 100 years. They're awful now and they were awful then.
I agree. But depending on who you're talking to, they can tell you millions of positives that come from Democrats and for Black people. And we can sit here and give them, a difference of opinion and back it with facts, but we'll still be looked at as the ones who are going against our race. So guys, I ask y'all right now, do y'all have any questions for my amazing guest, Mika? Any questions that you guys may have for her before we slide out? Because she was humble enough to pull up and give us a bit of her time. I'm greatly appreciative of. Do y'all have any questions whatsoever for her? You can ask her anything.
Somebody said you better not say nothing about the Obamas.
Better not say nothing about the Obamas. Yeah. I get fussed at about that all the time. When I have because we always host during Thanksgiving or we host during Christmas, and don't start talking about politics and they be looking at me like you better not say nothing because we want to complain about you and everything you represent. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
I like it. I wear my MAGA hat just cause.
It
Just
says
cause.
you wear your whoa. When you go to family functions, you wear your MAGA hat? For real? You lying.
It's a party starter.
Oh my gracious. They be like, here she go with the
But
BS.
you know how you go to a family function, nobody's really talking, somebody over here, somebody over here. I walk in with that hat, everybody turn, boom, starts the party.
That is a conversation
I done got
starter.
everybody together.
Yeah. That is a conversation. And if you're surrounded by people that love you, then you shouldn't have to worry about no fisticuffs going on. But
No, I don't ever have to do that. But you want to know the last thing, the crazy part? You know my family is mixed race, so
yeah.
it's not just the black people in my family that I have to contend with. It's the white liberals also in my family.
Oh, and they real passionate. They real passionate about protecting the blacks.
Yeah, they're so passionate, and I'm just like, why would you want somebody to vote for that? And they're like, well,
That's because they know
it's
better
just
than you.
better. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Like, so I have to fight both sides of my family with it. I don't care. I mean, because at the end of the day, I'm going to tell the truth, regardless.
As you should. And thank you so much for the super chat, Shane. I appreciate you. Let me see here. Here's one for you. What do you think about the Chicago mayor?
Oh, Brandon, he's horrible. He's worse than Lori Lightfoot. I never thought I would say that.
Really?
Yeah.
What makes him so bad?
It just keeps getting worse.
What makes him so bad? I gotta take these off. They hurt my daggone ears.
He talks about the city as if he's, he's going to invest in it, right? He's going to bring, investments and taxes are going to go for this and that. And they haven't went to anything other than the migrants. The property taxes, which are already a scheme, right? Because then you never really own anything because you're paying property taxes.
Yeah.
But he raised those like 36%, something in that nature.
Damn.
Really?
Really?
Yes, because they were trying to continuously pay for these migrants, right? And I think it got blocked, but oh, thank you. Yeah, and I think it got blocked, but he keeps trying because he needs more money to pay for the migrants. Thank you.
Well, I know that the Chicago residents are getting in his ass. Getting in his ass.
I'm so glad. On one hand, I'm sad that it had to happen this way, but I'm glad that it happened because it took that for those folks there to see that the Democrats have never been on your side.
Facts.
They have never been on your side, but they've been able to covertly market this thing. They're great at marketing, or they were, because they can't find a good candidate right now to save their lives.
They can't. But so what they do is they sell fear and they try to upplay our victimization so that they can let us know how much we need them to continue to push our agenda for them. And that's not even the case. Like, I think they handicap us by constantly playing up our the things that get in the way of Black Americans. I think at some point, and I think you touched on this earlier in the conversations, we need to consider ourselves to be more American than anything else, and rather than separating ourselves from everybody else. And if we're going to separate ourselves, I mean, our culture already separates us. That does it already. So what we need to do is try our best to bring each other together.
But does it really?
Yeah, because we rap about the things that we do. We rap about there's no other culture unless you can tell me, and I'm sure there's probably some others, but is there another culture out there who brag in music about the crimes that they're committing and the debauchery in their communities?
No. And I get that on that front. What I guess I was saying with the is it really separate is because, you have black people in the projects and you have poor white people and similar things like the mobile home communities and things like that. What I'm saying is that the cultures are the same. Yes. Well,
You say yes?
yeah.
To what?
Mhm. What he's asking.
Oh, I thought you still. I was like, why she just randomly say yes? The cultures
Yeah,
are
no,
the
to what
same.
he's
Yes.
yes, to
Okay,
what
I'm
he's
sorry.
asking. Yeah, so you have those communities together. If once they started to look at it, it's the same. The Democrats are doing the exact same thing to both communities.
I agree. I agree. I agree. And they any type of community that can become a protected group, I think they gravitate toward them so that they can say, what are your issues? What are your struggles? How can we help? Because we're going to, you are disenfranchised. You don't have what you need, like the LGBTQAI plus community. It's like anybody that's covered under DEI, they go after them and they try to make them their number one priority.
How
And
they lost, though, they threw away the poor whites.
say that again, they threw away what?
They threw away the poor whites, and that's why they lost.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They don't give a damn
Because
about the basket of
over
deplorables.
there in North Carolina, those people have been sleeping out on the roads.
Really?
Yeah, they were in tents on the road.
Man, you
Like
don't
just
usually see.
intense. Meanwhile, FEMA did the exact same thing they did to black people when Katrina happened. Them hoarding the money, them hoarding the trailers and things like that. They did the exact same thing. Not giving them nothing. They had donations they never gave to these people, anything. It took JD Vance to go down there only 4 days after he was sworn in.
Yeah, it took JD Vance to go down there. It took Trump to go to California to get some things done. That's what happened. It's like it sucks. But I don't know. It's sad that as a matter of fact, they was trying to cover and hide things for California because that blue state represented that administration. But any red states that didn't support them, they weren't in a hurry to support them at all.
But they didn't do it. But they didn't do anything for that blue state either, because they had been lost insurance. They had been lost, a lot of stuff that would have protected those homes. And they did nothing about it because, in my opinion, they did nothing about it because they were planning on getting that smart city started before the Olympics got here. And that's just my opinion.
Yeah, they're just trying to clean it up, and they cleaned it up for the one of the Asian presidents that came over here. Sorry to put them all in it was an Asian president. I think it was a Japanese president that came here, or was it China? Xi Jinping.
Xi Jinping, that's China. Yeah.
Okay, China came here, and some people, my wife specifically, the number one, she calls me homophobic. She says
Thank you, Audie.
She says I'm homophobic. She says I'm one of those phobics that's against other nations, other countries, because I still make fun of Chinese people voices. It comes from watching karate movies, but I make fun of Jamaican voices. I make fun of African people voices. I love making fun of African people voices. Indian, if they're Indian, I make fun of their voices. I make fun of Black people voices.
It's crazy that people get upset at those little things because even the groups themselves it's a Hispanic guy on TikTok right now. He has a if ICE comes to your door.
I seen that.
That was hilarious. He said, say Walmart.
Gaval. Why is it? Where did G and the V come from? Gavalmart.
Yeah, but that is the Hispanic man. Like, everybody knows what each of them, like I've seen white people crack on themselves. Like, you know what each community has. Stereotypes come from a real place,
And
right? And it's
that's
okay.
and I think that's what I was saying. So that's what I was saying. You said it better. That's why I say we are already separate in our stereotypes. People know what community sounds like this, what community do this, what community eat this, what community listens to this, and those things are already separate. But I think it's our jobs to just say it's okay to be different, but we're all the same because we're Americans. We all want our families to be safe. We all want some money in our pockets. We want to be warm in our homes when it's cold outside and cool in our homes when it's hot outside. We want the same exact things, but these politicians, they separate us to their benefit. They use us to their benefit. And a lot of times we fall for the banana in the tailpipe because we're not cognizant enough to know that they just effing with our minds for their own political gain.
And I'll say this, Black people, it must just be the up north whites, because my white family members in the South, Paula Deen it, okay? All their food is seasoned, all their food is good. Maybe that's a New York thing or something. I don't
For
know.
real?
Yeah. Like, so when I hear people say that, I'm like, really? Like, yeah, it's, that's the difference between us. I'm like, my family, all the food is good.
But here's the thing too. How many restaurants, like we go to a soul food restaurant, food is good. We go to many other restaurants, the food is banging. And we don't be like, they got a black cook back there, they must have got a black cook. No, we don't say that.
They know
at
they like
all.
Italian. They know
Or
they like Italian.
like it's people know how to throw down, but it's us that create these stereotypes and say these nasty
Yeah.
things that make us want to separate. But it's
Right.
up to us to say the nice things and show love and show some togetherness, not because they're less than, not because they need us, not because, oh, you're a poor black person, you must not have a father in your life. What? Like
That's why I don't do liberals. Liberals, if you ever really want to ever see racism, it's liberals.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's not all. Of course, there's nothing that's absolute. But anytime I've ever seen a piece of what I would think would be that, it's always come from liberals. Voter suppression. Oh, they can't get IDs. How they can't get IDs? Black people don't know what ID is.
IDs voting. If you need an ID to vote, that's racist. Just like if you need papers to stay in this country, it's racist.
Yeah, apparently. Anytime you need papers to do something, it's yeah. Now the new thing is the Nazi stuff. I'm just like, y'all don't know when to end. Is Trump derangement, Musk derangement? Everybody who's on that cabinet derangement. Y'all used to
Everybody
like
on the
Tosi.
cabinet.
You used to like Tosi. Now you don't like Tosi. Because she slid Kamala.
They used to love RFK Jr.
Used to
before he
love
started working
RFK.
with Trump.
Used to love him, and now
Yeah.
you don't like they keep
Yeah.
saying, oh, we need people like Trump has. Y'all had them. Those are all
Y'all had 'em.
Democrats. Joe Rogan, everybody.
Yeah. Y'all had them.
You just can
And they're
see
all
that y'all
leaving.
are racist and crazy. Them Democrats is crazy.
Yeah, they're a little nuts.
Nobody
They're a
wants to
little
be a
nuts.
part of that.
Hey, where can everybody find you, Mika?
Everyone, you can find me at Pop Culture Mika everywhere on the internet, and my podcast is called the Red Cup Podcast. You can find me on YouTube.
All right. Now, everybody, thank y'all again for joining us today. For everybody that submitted a super chat and everyone that just participated inside of the chat, y'all know I greatly appreciate it. All of my blues, my moderators, y'all, my amazing LFR family moderators. Y'all already know how I feel about y'all. Also, everyone that has bought me a coffee lately, purchased the course that I created, y'all already know, man, that means a whole lot. What we're trying to do is show other people that it's not that difficult to become a content creator. And if you have any questions, there are people who are already in this this field that don't mind helping you out. But if you haven't checked out the course yet, make sure you do. It's not that great of a course. I'm gonna let you know that right now because it's my first course, but I put my heart into it and I know you're going to gain something from it. Why? Because the people that are now part of the private Facebook group and the group calls, they let me know how much they have gotten from it. And also the people who are doing some amazing things right now on YouTube and kicking ass because of it. Shout out to all of them. And yeah, much love to you, big dog. And thank you for all the nice words that you added, especially about the co-host today. She was very kind to give me her time, and y'all really make her feel comfortable and everything, and appreciate it. So as the host, I definitely appreciate that. And if there's nothing else, you got something before we roll?
No, just stop watching CNN.
Stop watching CNN.
Let it die.
Yeah, stop watching CNN. I don't know if I can stop. I gotta see them complain and see who their targets are. That's just me. Hey man, thank y'all so much. Make sure you like the video before you head out, and I'll see you on the flip side. Also, if you share this bad boy anywhere, make sure you tag me so I can show y'all some love. Peace.